What up? What up? What's going on, everyone? Back like we left something, as I said before, as the great Little Kim said. I've been gone for a minute now. It's time back at the jump off. Without y'all, there's no us. Once again, I am Kenneth. Thank God my Clippers got our swag back, Osborne. And the other voice that you're hearing beside me is my man, my home slice, a.k.a. The Quiet Storm, a.k.a. the Knicks fan, and my co-host, Michael. I'm still a Knicks fan, Piercy. I want to welcome to another episode of the 18 Podcast. We're just talking everything about in the community, education, politics, sports, music, and whatever's on our minds. So, once we post this episode on YouTube, please hit us with a like. Tell us what you think, and definitely share it with us so we can get back at you. First of all, we do have to do our little check-in. So, what's been going on with you, Mike?
Very much. Watching the playoffs.
Okay. Are you enjoying the playoffs?
Much as I can. I ain't got no rooting interest in it no more.
All right. Well, you can root for the team that beat y'all. No, you're not trying to hear that. Okay. All right. Well, we'll get into that later because you probably have some.
Not that much of a hater.
Well, you probably got some grievances or something that you want to get off. So that you can, we'll get through this. And you can air your grievances. As for me, the usual. I've been, pretty blessed, as I said. Just good to hang out with my man Mike over here. Good to hang out with my family. Shout out to the OG Tracy Johnson. Shout out to K Slay. Proud of y'all. So we're just hanging. Basically, I got a chance to do the Christian Basketball Association thing. I think they had their last game this past week. Shout out to it was actually okay. It was it was nice, man. It was like the usual. Shout out to Roger Walton. And shout out to the teams that were in it and won because, at the end of the day, it's pretty much all about the kids. And I had a really good time.
Trying to start me up a little basketball league.
Okay.
With my man Sean so I can work that out.
Oh, yeah. But speaking of which, that's a perfect segue, man. Shouts out to Sean Hall, a.k.a. Shiz, man, doing a lot of things in the community in regards to, basketball.
Very good man.
Yeah, we definitely got to get him on the show. We were trying to get him on the show. So, Shiz, if you're listening, we're looking for you. Come on the show. Air your grievances with the Lakers. I know you guys are feeling some type of way. Yeah. So, but we'll definitely, we definitely want to have Shiz on the air so that we can talk about, his For the Love and, his different little clinics and his open gyms and stuff like that.
Trying to get that started, up and running, business.
So, now before we get into our Get Your Top 5 Rappers edition, this past week, I would say this past week and a half, almost 2 weeks, unfortunately, we lost two people that were national treasures, to me and Mike, that have left us. The first one is Clarence Williams III. He passed away at the age of 81 earlier on June the 4th. What you say?
I didn't realize he was there.
Yeah, man, he started early, man. He started in the 60s. He started in the 60s because...
Yeah, I remember seeing him in some old movies that I was watching, really old movies.
Right.
I remember seeing him in.
Yeah, because for the older cats out there, his early acting days was Link Hayes from the original Mod Squad. You remember they did a remake of it, years later with Omar Epps and my man... what's my man Giovanni Ribisi? Shout out, that's my guy right there. To me, I first saw him as I think he was Prince's father in Purple Rain, or as Prince's name in Purple Rain, the kid, right? I
realized that years later when I watched Purple Rain.
Yeah, it was crazy. He actually knew how to play the piano and everything. Because I remember he played the computer song on the piano. Yeah, man had skills. He was slapping Prince around, but he had skills. Also, he was also in some of my other favorite movies, such as... Oh my God! He was the overzealous militant guy. He made him eat that bean pie drink. He was also in Tales from the Hood as Mr. Sims. Excuse my language, because I ain't trying to hear that shit. The shit. One of my favorite lines in there. And also, Welcome to Hell, that joint. He was a funeral director. Also, I loved him in The General's Daughter as Colonel Fowler, alongside with John Travolta. Was it John Travolta or was it Denzel Washington? I think John Travolta. Okay. He's also, he was crazy funny in Half Baked as Samson. Samson, nigga, shut up, man. Also, he was definitely my favorite in Sugar Hill as Scuggs, A.R. Scuggs. You remember? Oh, man. What you said?
Talking to, I think it was Ramella.
Yep, you talking to Ramella or Ray Nathan?
I got my church boy cut.
Oh, this is my church boy cut, Ray Nathan. Why don't you do us a favor and just die? You want me to die? I'm already dead. Yo, classic. Yo, he has some classic lines in there. Even when even Ray Nathan came back and gave him that pure heroin, and he overdosed. Yeah. That was a powerful scene right there. He's like, rather than just have him die on the street, his own son gave him like a nice strong dose of heroin right off the boat, and like that was it for him. And I could do the whole monologue. Shout out to the OG Tracy Johnson, because this cracks us up all the time. And also he was a hoodlum. He was the guy. He was one of was he Dutch Schultz's right hand? One of Dutch Schultz's right hand man. But Dutch Schultz was mad racist in that movie. God, he was racist in that movie. I wanted to shoot him in the head so bad. Also, he's a deep cover, and he's also in the American Gangster too. He was Bumpy Johnson, the American Gangster.
What?
Yeah, because you remember that was the guy that Denzel was with when he passed away in the department store. Like the guy that passed away in the department store, that was Bumpy Johnson, and then Frank took over from there. Frank Lucas took over with from Bumpy. Yeah, man. Listen, man, you gotta look. Cause I was like, that's my man. Yeah, that's my guy. That's Scuggs right there. That's Scuggs. And like I said, he was, to me, he was like one of those actors. And I really don't say that much about like a whole lot of actors out there.
Like Pops.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had roles like Pops.
Yeah.
Memorable role. It might be small roles, but you remember them.
Oh yeah, and then he could also like switch it up, for the powerful, for like if he's playing a more powerful role, like maybe like a father figure or some type of like like a military figure or something like that. Also, like he could also surprise you too with like some of his like comedic chops too. Like Samson, that was like total reverse of what he could actually play. Even though it it wasn't funny in Sugar Hill, eventually like you got to have like a sense of humor to watch it. But he was, like you said, like brought up before, we were talking about I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Like he was hilarious in that too, and I just want to send my thoughts and my prayers and my condolences to the Williams family. You're definitely going to be missed on stage and screen. And another legend I also want to bring up that's left too soon was this guy Mike, the former coach of the New York Giants. From I guess he was from '97. I knew he came in '97. Then he was out in like '03, right?
Something like that.
Okay. And I knew he took him to the Super Bowl in 2000. He's also the offensive coordinator for the Browns. Yeah. Yeah. The Broncos and the Cardinals. I think he was like an offensive coordinator, right? If I remember correctly.
I don't know what happened to him. It was his Giants.
Really? That's how you feel? Wow, man.
The Giants, he got fired. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah.
Tom Coughlin brought them to Super Bowl. So
yeah, but he got him there though. Like he got him to the first one. Even though he lost it to the Ravens, but the Ravens they were already supercharged anyway.
He didn't really do too much after that.
I mean, listen, man. He helped out Tiki Barber.
I'm sorry that he passed away. You don't give a wrong.
Right.
Any member of the Giants family is a hurt piece when he passed away.
It definitely was. 97, of course, let me just run down the stats real fast. 97, he was NFL Coach of the Year. He was pretty good in the postseason. I mean, he's just with that loss, in the 2001 Super Bowl. But like I said, like they ran into a buzzsaw. That Ravens team, they ran into a buzzsaw. Like there was, yeah, you weren't stopping that. Yeah, one of the best. What's your other favorite top defense since we're going on? 85 Bears. Okay, I got you.
I would say 91 Eagles.
And I'm going to say the 2010 Jets. I'm serious. I'm so serious right now. That's one of the most formidable defenses out there.
I know they were pretty good. I do know that.
Would you get them?
Reeves was on that team, right?
Yeah, of course he was. Reeves Island? Yeah. Don't do that. and guess who we had on the other side? Antonio Cromartie. Yeah. Try something with us if you want to. So But yeah, definitely want to, definitely send, thoughts, condolences, and prayers to both of the families, to the Fassel, to the Fassel family, and also to the Williams family. And so now, without any further ado, what we're going to do, we're actually going to finish, get your top five. And it pretty much goes like this. It's like at every playground or function, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes we start bragging about who's the best player, who's your best player in your in your state or in your city or your neighborhood or whatever the case may be. And what we say is, get your top five. Bring me your top five. I'll get my top five, and we're gonna have it out. So far, we have covered all the different regions from up and down the East Coast. We have covered. Let me see here. I know we covered. Yeah, we definitely covered Philly. With Gilly the Kid as a sixth man come off the bench, and we actually had a disagreement about that. We got Philly, we got Jersey, New York is covered. Let's see who else we got here. We got the DMV, we got North Carolina, we got Georgia, we got Tennessee, we got New Orleans. I think we have Texas, but I think we're going to go over Texas real quick. My Texas starting five, and I see you looking at my paper, Mike.
Sorry, I'm prepared today.
Stop cheating.
I lost my notes. So
No, for my listeners out there, Mike is cheating. So my starting five for Texas would be my Texas team: Scarface, Bun B, Pimp C, Trader Truth, Slim Thug is my starting
I
five.
thought Bun B was from Memphis.
No, he said he's from Port Arthur, Texas.
Okay.
That's this what he said on one of his raps. So I'm just gonna go with
I thought
that.
he was from without him and Pimp C, they were from Memphis.
No, I think it was 3 6 Mafia. I
I
think.
thought they were in New Orleans.
Listen, I can go back and do the research. To our listeners out there, if you're out there, please help me with that just to make sure. My six man, yeah, like my six man coming off the bench is Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know if you're gonna agree with that. Yeah. I think you're gonna agree with that one. So now we're gonna take it to the Midwest, and this is where I think you're gonna have the best. This is where you're gonna have like the best all-time combat. We're gonna start with Chicago. And you already know who I'm picking number one. You want me to go? I'm going to go anyway. So that's all right. Well, hey, listen, that's so cool. All right, my Chicago squad, is Kanye West. He's starting. He's definitely starting. Common, Lupe Fiasco. Just for old time's sake, I'm going to put Gil Scott Heron, Chance the Rapper, The Brat, and Twister. My sixth man coming off the bench is GLC. You're not ready for that five. That five is a little too formidable. That's way too formidable right there. Too formidable for you. So, do you have any problems with that list? I mean, who gets left? Who do you think gets left off that list?
Oh, that was really
Oh yeah.
I seen it. You got it.
Oh my God, yeah, he's a stone cold cheater, man. He's a stone cold cheater. So, yeah, that's pretty much my lineup. Like we got lyrics, we got spoken word. We have the straight rhymes. We got hip hop. We got it all here. We even have a person who could actually do an actual real show. That would be Kanye, Chance the Rapper, and I think everybody on my old heads will come to see Gil Scott Heron. They'll come to see him. They'll definitely come to see Kanye. They're just gonna see if he's gonna have another meltdown. But Kanye does put out some good shows, by the way. My shout out to my brother, Dr. Kyle Osborne, Black Psychologist Podcast. He's been to a couple Kanye West shows. He said they were excellent. He said starts on time. He said if Kanye's supposed to be on the stage at 7. He is on that stage at 6:59. Mm-hmm.
Kanye West show. We went to the watch the Tony to one of the shows.
How was that?
It was cool. The show was cool, but it started on time. It started like 2 hours late.
That's because Jay-Z was there. Because you're gonna have to wait for Hove. But you won't wait for Kanye though. Kanye will come out. His stuff is. He's a perfectionist.
Open performance and nothing.
Yeah, so that's that Hove mess right there. That's Hove. Come on, Hove. Don't hate on Kanye. This is when Kanye was like ascending to be like one of the best ones out there. Hove's always on some other stuff sometimes. All right, here we go. Here's the main event right here. Detroit. The D. Pause. All right, here's my starting five, my Detroit squad. We got Eminem, of course, Royce the 5'9", Proof, Big Sean, Obi Trice, and Proof. My sixth man coming off the bench, is LZ from Slum Village.
Say Proof twice,
Did I say Proof twice? Oh, I did say Proof twice. Rest in peace, Proof. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, brother.
though. I unfortunately don't have Proof on my list at all because I never thought Proof was good as a rapper. I mean, he's cool sometimes, but you know, when
Who's
he's cool
your-
when he's with D12.
All right. Well, who's your squad?
I got greatest of all time, Eminem,
Mm.
Royce the 5'9", Big
Mm.
Sean, Obi Trice, Elzai, and my sixth man is Trick Trick.
Who?
Trick Trick.
Who?
Trick Trick.
Trick Trick?
Yeah.
What is he? What has he done?
I don't know.
Is he better than Proof?
Probably not. No, he's
Exactly.
But-
So
He's a Detroit legend. So
where?
ask about him. He's putting that work.
For who?
Ask Styles P.
At Styles P. By Styles P is
He got
like
some run-ins with him.
what he's
Some physical run-ins.
some physical. No, I'm not talking about fisticuffs. I'm talking about lyrical skills here.
Your test Styles will tell you they didn't got into some physical altercations with Trick Trick.
Listen, hey, look. Shout out to Trick Trick, whatever your name is. Listen, I need to know what did you do like on the wax.
He was on one of those Eminem compilation albums that he had.
That's what?
He was rapping.
Doing what?
Rapping.
What is he rapping about?
I don't know.
So, but you'll put him over Proof though.
No, I wouldn't.
Why? See, that's what I'm talking about.
Honestly, I would.
But Trick Trick gets burned, right?
I'll put Proof as the seventh man. He can come off the bench.
He can come off the bench after Trick Trick.
He can back up Obi Trace. He can back up Obi.
Okay, all right, that's right. I mean, because a lot of people now, what you said before, like a lot of people disagree with that greatest rapper stuff with Eminem.
They
You
do,
know,
but
you're gonna get a lot of what about Nas? What about Rakim? What about Jay Z?
But see, that's the thing. I didn't say that he was better than any of them.
I swear you said you're the greatest rapper
I
of
said
all
one of the
time.
greatest of
Oh,
all
one
time.
of the greatest rappers of all.
That-
The people still, you know what? People still have an attitude with you because you pick Eminem with that. Because
Yeah.
there's so many other people. Cause like, what about Pop? What about Big? What about Jadakiss and stuff like that?
I mean, I'm not putting him over any of them, but
Right?
what I'm saying, look at it. Like, he's a pioneer.
True that.
You
That's
know,
true. That's true.
He came into a mostly African American dominated genre of music
Mhm.
and dominated it for over a decade.
So would he be like the Elvis Presley of rap?
I mean, you could probably say that.
Yeah. I mean, like in reverse though.
He dominated it for over a decade. And he
He
can
did.
drop an album there tomorrow and still.
And still get he can still sell out shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So would Trick Trick? Does he go in there somewhere?
No. He doesn't.
Will Trick Trick open for Eminem?
He might.
Would you? Okay, here's the money question right here. Since you believe in Trick Trick so much, would you pay to see Trick Trick, like just to see Trick Trick perform?
If he was on
Keep trying to say his name,
if he
Trick
was on
Trick.
the docket with Royce the 5'9" and
No. I'm talking about by himself. Like, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage right now.
if
Nobody backing him up. No,
If it was Eminem, Royce the 5'9", Elzai.
no. You're deflecting
like
again.
Featuring Trick Trick.
No.
I
I'm
would
talking.
go.
No, we're talking main event. We're talking about main show featuring one man show. Trick Trick in his DJ funky pajamas.
No, I wouldn't.
You would, but would you pay to see Proof?
No, I wouldn't. Not Proof by myself.
Whoa! But you wouldn't say that. But you would pay to see Trick Trick.
No, I wouldn't pay to see Trick Trick.
Man,
Unless he was on the show.
Trick is
with
getting tricky.
If it was on the show with him, then yeah, I would pay.
Okay.
If it was Trick Trick featuring Eminem or something, I would
Would
go.
you buy Trick Trick's album?
No.
Wow. Okay. All right. I mean, I'd buy everybody else's album on this joint, like M, of course, Royce the 5'9", of course, Kendrick. Oh, not Kendrick, excuse me. Obi Trice, Big
Obi
Sean.
been the same since he got shot in the head, so
You know what, Obi, man, listen. I'm not gonna lie to you, man, but this first album,
yeah,
that joint was like certified classic. That joint was certified classic.
I remember when I bought it, and I
Mhm.
was surprised how good it was.
Yeah, I remember the remix he had with Redman and everything. I was like, he might be the next one to come out of Detroit, yo. He might be the next one. He might be even better than them. So, all right, cool. All right, it's cool beans. So now we're on to the left coast. Now we're out Cali now. that California Love. So this is a lot, and there's a couple of them that I left off on purpose. Okay, here's my Cali lineup. We got Snoop. Actually, this is Cali. We're doing Long Beach, Compton, Los Angeles. We're doing everything. We got Snoop. We got Ice Cube, Kendrick Lamar, Nipsey, rest in peace, The Game, MC8, Eazy-E, Too Short, Razzcast. Yo, I got some ringers. You know who didn't make the cut though? Tyrese Gibson, Coolio.
Tyrese like the movie star?
Yeah, Tyrese like the movie star. Well, back then he was Black Tie. Yeah, Black Tie. Shout out to Black Tie. Tyrese Gibson. That was just for comedy. That's for comedy.
That's what Drip Trick was for. Drip Trick was a
So Trick was he a clown or something? Was he a jester or something?
It's comedy.
He was a rapping.
Make you laugh.
He was a rapping jester with the little bells and on the bells on his boots or something like that.
I don't even know what Trick Trick looked like, honestly.
Wow. But you know what Proof looks like though.
Yeah, I know what Trick
All right.
looked like.
Coolio didn't make the cut. You funny. I'm real disappointed about that because the OG Tracy Johnson, shout out to OG Tracy Johnson. She knows how I feel about Coolio. Coolio, Young MC, and Tone Loc. We were supposed to go to that concert. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And also Ice-T didn't make the cut either.
He's not from Cali though.
Where is he from? Is he from New York or something?
But I mean, you can count him as a Cali rapper. I mean, that's what he's been over in the West Coast since the beginning, so you can count him. But I'm just saying. I
remember when he was in Breaking. I remember he was in Breaking 1 and 2. I just remember that when he was a DJ, and he would say this is like just an insanely corny rap, but it was good though because it was good for that era. So, man, listen, okay, all right, now. We're also going to come to the part now. We were actually talking off, before we went on air here. We're actually talking about new music that came out. Huh?
Check it out.
I did check it out, man. I'm going to tell you, man. New music here coming out. Lloyd Banks,
Shout out my man D McDaniel for putting me on to this.
Shout out.
Without you, I wouldn't have known that that album even came out.
Listen, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Shout out to D McDaniel who passed it down to Mike, and Mike gave it to me, and I was listening to it on my lunch break. And I was skeptical. I was like, "What Mike got me listening to now?"
The DMX album was actually good.
Listen, man, that we're gonna get into that too. That Lloyd, let's talk about Blue Hefner first. Yeah, Lloyd Banks, he's former G Unit. The name of his new album coming out is called "The Course and the Inevitable." Featured guests on there: Styles P, Benny the Butcher, Vado. My favorite track so far is just my personal opinion. Food, featuring Styles P. They go in like it's kind of like that. It's not like a grimy track, but it's a good track.
I thought it was going to be a little harder than it was.
Yeah, I didn't because he's always he's getting money. I got chicks, stuff like that. He was a playboy. Blue Hefner, lived up to his name. DMX. Next one is DMX. Exodus. Actually, I was a little apprehensive on this one too because I was just reading the reviews in Rolling Stone. But I was like, what does Rolling Stone know about rap? So, Exodus. Featured guests on that. It was like an all-star team: Snoop Dogg, Jay-Z, Nas, Alicia Keys, Bono from U2, and the Lots.
I was wondering where I think that name.
Yeah, Bono. Yeah, it's my man, Bono from one of the. Now you talk about. If we go into like with the best like groups of all time, like rock bands and stuff like that, U2 is in there. U2 is the group. Listen,
they still sell out shows.
Yes, ask them in your when you go back to the hospital and stuff like that. Like you start back working and stuff like that. Ask them your doctor friends. Like they'll tell you like, yo, tell me about U2. U2's for the working man. This and that. They start going in like Bono, baby, Bono. They start singing the songs and everything. Yeah, my favorite track on that Exodus so far that I listened to, Take Control and Bath Salts. That's because Bath Salts has Jay-Z and Nas, and they were pretty much killing on the track. So it was definitely good to see like those three heavyweights on there at one time, like how it was before. And that's pretty much it for my new music segment. Like, I think we should do this every time we get on. Like, we'll just, go in there.
Keep me up to date because I'm all out the loop when it comes out with new music comes out.
Yeah, well,
I stumble
you used to.
on
You used to be the man. I used to go to you for like, what's the new cut coming through?
I stumble. See, it's like my man, like I said, my man Demon Gang puts me on a lot of music, but I stumble across stuff. Like if I'm listening to like Sirius Radio or something, there's an artist on there, maybe my new album coming out,
Right.
then I'll go check it out. But for the most part, I stumble across stuff.
Yeah, go on under times when we get to listen to like Power 99 FM, on a Friday.
Like a little music app, and I'll say, oh, they got an album out? Oh, let me check this out.
Yeah.
Or somebody say something to me, or like if I'm on Facebook or something, somebody might mention a new album, new cut or something.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna give it some love, man. I'm definitely gonna give that album some love, especially Lloyd Banks. They had some hard little beats on there. They had some hard beats, but they had like some smooth beats on there too. Because it's like it's Lloyd Banks. I mean, Lloyd Banks only go in, but so vicious, But but by his rhyme scheme, like I even knew by like the intro, like I was like, oh, this is a different Lloyd Banks. He's not playing on this album, so. So that does it for our new music segment. Our next segment we're going to get into is coming across the desk here on the table, should I say, is listen. We can't avoid it. We're in the NBA playoffs. A lot of things have been happening. We're going to go down the line, and I know my man Mike's a little upset about this part. That's why I kind of want to like tiptoe into this. I didn't want to like scare you with it. We're going to get into the NBA playoffs, round 1 and round 2. Round 2, we're just going to do our predictions because the second round isn't over yet. It's over for some teams that I can mention. I'm not going to say your names. I'm put it out there. Okay, we'll put it out there then. All right. Let's go over round 1. Round 1 Eastern Conference. New York Knicks versus the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta won this series 4-1. Leading scorers, of course, Trae Young, and also leading scorers for your Knicks, Julius Randle and Derrick Rose. That was kind of odd. I mean, I thought it really you said Derrick Rose, but I'm just going to throw Julius Randle up in there. My question to you is, Mike, what the hell happened?
What I saw,
yes,
Julius Randle didn't want to rely on his team. He wanted to try to do everything himself.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't want to rely on his team. All right, I'm a firm believer that, all right, you might not have a good scoring night,
okay,
but you can do other things that make the team better. Rebound here, good pass there, find an open man. He wasn't even doing that. He would just get the ball and just score, try to score it every time. Purge,
yeah, to say it, man. Say it to the microphone. Purge.
And then
you mad?
Ran out of gas.
Yeah.
He can do it. He did all he could. So.
Yeah. You think they should keep Derrick Rose?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah.
They definitely need to add another score.
So what's the next? What do you think the next move is? The Knicks. What do you think the next move is? The next one? What they're going to do?
Get Steph.
You going to get Steph?
I mean, I got to look at
Stephen Jackson.
Steph Curry.
Oh, I think it's like Stephen as in Steven Jackson. No. I think you guys would look good with Steven Jackson on there. Didn't he play for you guys for a hot second? He played for you guys for a cup of coffee.
I gotta look to see who the free agents are going to be next year, and who they should really go after.
Okay, I mean, hey man, go after Chris Paul. I think he's going to opt out.
I wanted them to get him this year.
Hey,
if they had Chris Paul, they would have beat him.
Man, shout out to Chris Paul. Speaking of which, we're going to get to him in a minute.
It would have been Atlanta.
Okay.
If they had Chris Paul.
Yeah, because he would have killed Trae Young. He would have killed because Chris Paul's always up for the challenge, and all that bowing and stuff like that. Even though the Knicks fans were like terrible towards him and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, that's the fans.
But I like Trae Young. I wanted Trae Young to be a Knick. We're back. When he
really?
got drafted, I wanted the Knicks to get him. But I think he went a couple spots before the Knicks pick. But I like Trae Young. I don't have a
too.
problem with all that bowling and all that. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, like the league is going to be in good hands. Like once Bron and Kawhi and Paul George all them step down and stuff like that.
Now, if it was Reggie Miller,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be killing. I'd be going to New York to kill him.
Okay. All right. Cool. So that moves us on to our. That moves us down to our next series. Next series, our first round was the 76ers. 76ers and the Wizards. Of course, Philly wins that series 4-1.
I know you don't drink, cousin, but
And leading scorers for that was, of course, Tobias Harris for Philadelphia, Bradley Beal for Washington, and my question to you, Mike, is what the hell happened in that series? The Washington Sixers, yes. Mm-hmm.
You really asking me that question?
I'm definitely asking you that question. I want you to listen, man.
because you don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
Just here to listen.
It was too much Embiid.
Okay.
It was too much.
Yeah, plus they're an 8th seed. Like, what do you expect? Like you win the play-in tournament. Like you win the play-in tournament, and guess what your prize is? You get to play the number 1 seed. Congratulations! it's like the tournament. It's like you play in the play-in tournament. You beat them now. Your spot is the 16. You're the 16th seed playing against the number 1 seed in the tournament. So, bang. All right, next series that was up: Milwaukee Bucks versus Miami Heat. Milwaukee swept this series 4-0. Leading scorers, Giannis, of course, and. Yeah, that's not surprising. I'm not surprised at all.
I'm surprised that they got swept.
Really? I don't know. I wasn't surprised because the way that they came out,
I thought
you know.
he was going to beat Milwaukee.
You know what? Let me just ask you that question. What the hell happened? How did they get swept?
I don't know. I thought Miami was going to beat Milwaukee.
No, this ain't 2020, bro. This ain't 2020. And you know what? They were talking. Jimmy Butler. He likes to talk heavy. He was talking real heavy on it. Say, yeah, you're this, you're that, you're the MVP, and blah 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 blah. Giannis was like, listen, man, I circled this on the calendar. And I think once they drew Miami, they were just like, okay, this is all about business. Because you said at the end, Giannis was like, we're not playing with our food. That's a winner for you. That's a winner. Next series, Brooklyn, number 2 Brooklyn Nets versus the Boston Celtics. Brooklyn won that series 4-1. Leading scorers, of course, KD. And the leading scorer for Boston was, of course, Jason Tatum. What do you think happened with this one? How do you think they lost that one? Boston.
I don't know, because Boston ain't really been playing that to their potential.
Well, I do know that Jason Tatum was giving them everything they gave him. He's giving everything.
Yeah,
He's giving them all buckets. He's giving them all
I
buckets.
think Jaylen Brown was there.
Mm-hmm.
They would have got it. I don't know, it might have been a better series.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah, because I mean, my sentiments exactly big 3 plus Blake Griffin, but Jason Tatum was up and going. Like you said, Jaylen Brown was playing. The series would have been totally different. And Kemba was hurt too. Kemba wasn't himself. So I'm going to run through this Western Conference first round real quick. Utah Jazz versus Memphis Grizzlies. Jazz won that series 4-1. Leading scorers for that was Donovan Mitchell of Utah, of course. I don't like him either. John Morant. John Morant for. Hold on. We got a couple more minutes left. Okay, no problem. Okay, we'll move through it. I don't like him right now because he's playing the Clippers, But what we're going to do, since we're like a little pressed for time, we're going to move on. We're going to move to the second round here, or Eastern Conference semifinals, like to say. What's your prediction for the Sixers and the Hawks in the Eastern Conference semifinals? You think the series is over? Okay, well, I mean, I got it here too. Sixers will keep dominating.
I was at that first game when they were down by like 20-something points, and they could have almost won.
Okay. Yeah, because they're going to keep dominating the low post. They're going to throw different bodies at Trey. This series should be over by the 16th of June.
Yeah,
Should be over by the end of this week.
I thought they had a better chance to win last game because Embiid wasn't down low as much. He was always outside, right on the perimeter, so he couldn't do too much damage. But he did. He ended up doing a little bit. So that year,
Okay, so it'll be over by the 16th. What you're telling me? It'll be over by the 16th of
They win
June.
tonight, it's over in 5. They win in there.
Sixers and 5. You heard it here, folks. Milwaukee Bucks and Brooklyn Nets. Series is tied 2-2 now.
I don't know because Kyrie not playing tonight.
Mm-hmm. And
So,
also,
you know how long Kyrie is out? I don't think Durant can do it all by himself. With
Yeah, he can't.
Surrounding cast today.
I think, yeah, because that's my question to KD. Can KD carry no 2 more wins? I don't think so. Because PJ is all up in his jersey. He's in his jersey uniform. You can smell his cologne on him. I think this is the part where Giannis and the rest of the boys, they can capitalize off of this.
So
Unfortunately, injuries suck.
If Milwaukee goes to the conference finals, that means to me the Sixers is an easier path for them.
Yeah, because they can handle the Sixers.
No, yeah.
I mean, well, they can handle the Bucks. Excuse me.
Yeah, they handle it.
Because they can handle the Bucks. Okay, now we're going over to the left coast, the best coast. Semifinals: Phoenix Suns versus Denver Nuggets. Phoenix won that series.
Answer my question.
Well, talk to
Did
me.
your boys win the other night?
Yeah, we won the other night. Why'd you ask a question like that?
Because I didn't see the game. I didn't see the.
That's on you, man. Like we won. I mean, yeah, we won. Actually, we had a pretty good game. Paul George played excellent. Kawhi played excellent. Reggie Jackson played excellent. Everybody was like super efficient in that game. I think that's the type of momentum that we need to get us through. So I think we smell blood in the water. To be honest with you, just like Giannis, and also going back to the first Western Conference semifinal series with Phoenix and Denver. Phoenix won that series. They swept that series, actually, which I didn't think that was going to happen. Leading scores for them, Chris Paul, 25 points, 11 assists. Nikola Jokic, 25 points, 13 rebounds, which is your MVP. To me, CP didn't miss. What's that?
About getting swept. He said, if you're a great player, you shouldn't get swept. And Shaq was like, he got swept 5 times in the playoffs. He was an MVP.
Damn sure did. I remember that
he threw it in his
sweep.
face like I got 4 rings.
I remember that sweep when he got swept in Orlando by the Bulls that year. That job was crazy. Like Jordan came out just like, "Yo, I'm sweeping you,
Like
you,
Marcus
and
said,
you."
he's happy that he's never been swept in the best of 7.
So we got a chip.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a couple gold medals. I mean, that's good. But yeah, I mean, eventually it's gonna have to happen to you. Like you're gonna have to get swept. I mean, the Clippers have been swept before, so it's nothing new to us. I think to be honest with you, I think what changed the tide of the whole game, and eventually that kind of like put a nail in the coffin. CP3 didn't miss in Game 4, like from that mid range, like he was hitting everything. I mean, I think he hit like maybe 7 in a row or something like that. That's an easy 14 points, and he was money at the line. Devin Booker was money. I think the ejection of Nikola Jokic, yeah, that's what kind of like turned the tide right there. It was like your MVP is
I
gone.
totally disagree.
Really?
Look, I seen fouls in the 90s that didn't even warrant inflation. So
Yeah, but listen, he wound up and it came across his body.
He reached for the ball though.
Yeah, but it didn't look like that way.
I saw that.
Okay, I punched him, but I didn't mean to punch him. He was
going for the ball. Like,
I mean, listen,
his face is in the way.
it's a different era, man. It's a different era. Because I mean, if this was like maybe New York and Chicago, or New York and Boston, or or Utah and
I
say
seen
who's
fouls
our
on Jordan rougher than that.
I
and
know.
everybody got ejected.
Listen, man, you're preaching to the choir, man. I don't think he should have got thrown out either. But I mean, they're trying to clean up the league now. They're trying to keep it like nicey. Yeah. Oh, he's sissy ball. You say? Oh, I mean,
They soft.
you can say that. You
They
can say
soft.
that.
They soft.
You can say that. I mean,
LeBron started that class. They soft.
hey, listen, I'm a LeBron fan. I like LeBron. I'm just, I don't know why a whole lot of people hate on him like that.
I don't hate him, but I'm just the stuff he just.
He's crybaby.
Yeah, he
Gotcha.
Like that, ejected me after that. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, but he looked like he wound up and he just.
I know it's going to be a
Man.
flagrant,
Mhm.
but I didn't think it was going to get ejected. I didn't think it was worth
Listen,
the
he wound up and he gave him one. I would have listened. If that was me, I would have fell on the ground, and act like my eye just fell out. I'd have played that all the way to the end. I'd have pulled a Reggie Miller. Like I'm acting like I just got hit by a tank or something like that. You know what I mean? But I still think. I mean, I don't think he should have got thrown out. But I still. But by the way Phoenix was playing, I don't think they kind of like had a chance. They would have been.
Still the loss.
They'd have got close, but they would have lost probably by, more slimmer margin. Then the game, is coming on. We play tonight. The Clippers and the Jazz. Utah leads the series so far 2-1. Lead scorer so far is Paul George, surprisingly. Donovan Mitchell with 37 points. I think that's a typo, but yeah. What do you think about this series? Jazz and the Clip show. Be careful what you say. Be
I
careful.
would like to see Phoenix Clippers conference finals
Okay.
over the Jazz, because I won't watch it. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
Not
I'll
gonna watch
it.
it. You're not gonna watch the Jazz?
No, I don't like the Jazz.
Good team.
Yeah, I can't watch it. They're a good team, but I can't watch them.
I never could watch Jazz.
I never
I
could
mean-
watch them either. Even when I had League Pass, I couldn't watch them. I was paying for it. Never. Unless
I
even
barely
with the
watch
Clipper
them.
games, I couldn't watch them.
all the games you play on the PlayStation, whatever. Nobody picked Jazz.
I know.
Yeah,
Right.
Nobody picked
I like
Jazz.
Hornacek though. I love Hornacek.
If Utah, if Michael Jordan went in the finals that year, they played. I wouldn't have watched that.
Yeah, that's the only reason
Yeah.
why you watch it, because Jordan.
Yeah, because when I don't know how they have it on TNT. Tell me something. Coming up next, Jazz versus Sacramento. Like, woo? Where are they playing at? Utah, Salt Lake. No, I'm not watching this. I am not watching this. I remember I watched a Clippers game. I think it was the Clippers at Utah. This is when they had like Darius Miles and Quentin Richardson and them. I still couldn't watch it. Like it's just hard to get excited for a Utah game. So now my prediction. Of course, I'm going to say my Clips, but I'm going to be realistic now. If my Clips can take advantage of if my Clips can take advantage of like a hobbled Donovan Mitchell because of his ankle, we can contain him and the shooters because they like to Joe Ingles, Bogdanovich, they like to shoot, and they can play. My Clips can play like I know they can play. Got a good chance to get to that Western Conference Finals for the first time in franchise history. I'll take it from my mouth to the Lord's ears. So I mean that's pretty much it for the for the Western Conference so far. So far it's been a pretty good playoff so far. I can't front. It's been pretty good. I really can't. I have no complaints. Hopefully we get our win tonight. We really needed to tie that up. That'll make it a good series. So you got any shout outs before we shut this thing down? Solid.
Congratulations to my daughters graduated high school this week.
All right.
Congratulations next step college.
All right.
Step college graduation. College graduates.
I like
So
that.
proud of them.
Yeah, I'm proud of them too, man. Yeah, congratulations. Shout out to Kappa. Also, I want to give a couple shout outs. I'm going to give a shout out to the OG Tracy Johnson. Shout out to my family. Shout out to my brother, Dr. Kyle Osborne, the Black Psychologist Podcast. Definitely listen in when you can. Lots of gems that he's dropping. Definitely want to shout out. I've been wanting to shout this guy out for a minute since I saw him on the train last week. Shout out to the good brother Sean Hall, who's doing awesome things in the community.
We gotta have you on the show soon.
You got to, man. He's doing great things in the community, doing all around the country. Because I saw him and he went to Miami. And he went there with basketball and his clinics and his programs designed not only to help you with your basketball skills and fundamentals, but also learning how to be a better version of yourself in regards to confidence, respect, education, branding, and networking. And the only takeaway from this is we don't. Yeah, and the only takeaway from this is Sean is a Lakers fan. So, so you're gonna have to. Does it? No. Shiz, you got to pick one.
Don't quote me on it.
I might have to quote you. I might have to approach him. Like, look, man, you can't be a Sixers fan and a Lakers fan. That's like,
I'm not really sure on that, but I think.
see, man, that's like being an Eagles fan and a San Francisco fan. So once exactly. Like once the Eagles get knocked out the playoffs, or they're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, or playoff contention, should I say? Oh no, that's not my team. I'm San Fran's my real team. Really? Stop. But anyway, definitely a good brother, Sean, definitely a great brother to know. He can be reached, contacting via Instagram at _2019, or you can contact him at his Royal Freshness, 13th Street. Also, I definitely want to shout out to one of my other good friends, Simone Vortas. Congratulations on her new podcast that she's doing called, I believe it is called, if I remember correctly, let me get that. It's called Sipping with Slap Podcast. So it's definitely an awesome podcast. It's dope. Don't be fooled by the title. It's really dope. I got a chance to listen to it. Really great topics, especially in regards to ladies, dating, self-esteem, like little care tips and stuff like that. So definitely check it out. Other than that, shout out to the OG Tracy Johnson. Shout out to K Slay. Shout out to my family, and we are good to go. For here. Anything else? Any parting shots before I close this thing out?
Just to feel this, Sean, I mean, say Sean twice. Sean, Shireen, Jeff, Ron, Mahomes. And the other voice you heard on the show is my cousin Todd. Hopefully we can get him on the show more.
Yeah, definitely full time. Definitely full time. He brings it. I mean, he's raw with it too, man. Like there's no filter whatsoever. So other than that, man, we're about to end this thing out. I just want to thank everybody out there for joining us on our 7th live episode of the we're doing numbers. Lucky 7, 18 live podcast. I want to thank the Clipper fans out there who didn't give up, and also my
Other than the ones that live in LA.
Okay, I'm gonna let you slide with that. Once again, it's my favorite Knicks fan over here and our producer rocking with me today. Producer. It was only a matter of time, and again, I am Kenneth, the Clipper fan Osborne, and the brother with the other voice, Amela, my man, sitting next to me, to my left, your right, is my man, Mike, the Knicks fan Percy, and we got more in store for you. We appreciate you, and we're signing off.